battle-ready vehicle makes transportation for the U.S. Army a very vital function. Spread across the parade today, numerous fighting vehicles, some designed for very specific functions and others for flexibility, but they all must be maintained. With over 200,000 trucks alone, wheeled vehicle mechanisms ensure that the fleet of vehicles is ready. These mechanics get the job done. This convoy starts with the M777, a lightweight howitzer. These lightweight howitzers may not look particularly lightweight, but are made from like titanium. They are 7,000 pounds lighter than their predecessor, the old M198. Used by the Army since 2005, the M777 is currently being used in Ukraine. Weighing only 4,700 pounds, the M119 howitzer is smaller and is used by infantry brigades, particularly for aerosol missions. It was first used in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm in 1991. It is also seeing active use in Ukraine. The 7th Infantry Division, stationed at Joint Base Lewis McChord, has been seeing continuous combat action ever since activation in World War I. From Europe to the Aleutian Islands, Japan, Korea, Afghanistan, and the Pacific, the Bayonet Division boasts a proud history of answering the call of its motto, "Trust in Me," with resolute dedication. Sent to deployments and conflicts around the globe since it was founded, the division returned to Port Louis in 1971, its first time on American soil since 1934. The 7th Division, originally called the Hourglass Division due to their hatch design, gained the nickname Bayonet Division during their deployment to Korea in June of 1950. And into the land during the liberation of Seoul, they were credited with plunging the bayonet into the heart of the enemy, with 13 members of the division receiving the Medal of Honor. The 7th enables and sustains the combat readiness of 2 Stryker Brigade combat teams and a combat aviation brigade. With the American soldier, the cornerstone of everything the Army does, we are continuously transforming. Army careers span the spectrum from attorneys to astronauts and mechanics to engineers. The Army's greatest asset is our people, the finest men and women our great nation has to offer, with a myriad of talents that make us stronger. Aside from its people, the Army's next greatest asset is its technology and equipment. Coming up next, these vehicles offer a glimpse of what the Army employs for readiness and battle. The portable howitzers and the portable Abrams tank were used extensively in the Gulf War, along with Bradley tanks and the infantry squad vehicle. The ISB provides enhanced tactical mobility of an infantry brigade combat team. This allows commanders greater freedom of movement and action. The ISB provides the warfighter with increased flexibility to ensure infantry units maintain momentum to achieve mission success.
Man, hope I don't get a strike for this. Man, the mix. They're mixing it up, sir. He heard for changing their board, so hopefully it doesn't give me a strike.
When duty calls, U.S. Army soldiers don't just answer, they lead. From Fort Bragg, witness a powerful demonstration of strength, purpose, and the unmatched capability of today's Army.
The Army has made me see my potential, and I feel like it's molded me into a better person.
I grew up in a very patriotic household. My grandfather served in World War II, and his brother, my uncle, served in Vietnam. I can do this. They can do this. I can do this.
I was born, my dad was still there. And coming home in his uniform. I do that.
My motivation, I think it follows in line. I think what my family son is kind of a sense of duty
Hopefully it'll
to
get
serve
more
our country
people
and
to
give back
sign up.
since it's given us so
Right.
much. I'm a very, I say timid person, but definitely helped me become a more confident person.
Working with a group of my peers, it really shows how much working with the team.
Ready to go.
I derive a lot of purpose from serving others. I think serving something bigger than myself gets me out of bed every day.
I definitely pushed myself further than I ever thought I could go.
I joined the military service because I want to deploy. That's my main goal is deploy.
If we get the call, we have to go somewhere, we'll do what needs to be done. That's just the way we operate.
This is one of the few jobs in the nation where we don't think, I'm willing to put my life on the line for you, and they're willing to put their life on the line for me.
It's what we're praying for. It's what we want to do. My team leaders and squad leaders, we know exactly what to do. Check equipment, check weapons, check ammo.
We're always ready to deploy within 18 hours and handle the mission at task. We jump so frequently so that our jump masters and paratroopers are ready to deploy.
I'm very passionate about being a drum master. Paratroopers, they see you, you know, they believe in you. I love to instill that confidence with my passion into those paratroopers. It's a rush. It's great.
This week we honor 250 years of valor, glory, triumph by the greatest fighting force ever to walk the face of the earth, the United States Army. 2.5 centuries, our soldiers have marched into the raging fires of battle, obliterated
I love it.
There's no part.
Ways to set yourself up for success, to prepare yourself for the future.
God bless you. God bless our soldiers, and God bless the U.S. Army.
I don't know if it's big because I got the background thing on. Hey, if anybody can hear me talk and give me a thumbs up.
Joint Base Elmendorf Richardson, Alaska is the home to America's Arctic Angels, who execute expeditionary operations worldwide, conduct multi-domain operations in the Indo-Pacific theater and the Arctic, and decisively defeat any adversary in extreme cold weather, mountainous and high latitude environments through large-scale combat operations. The Angels are the Army's only Arctic division. Masters of Arctic warfare, the 11th serves worldwide in all climates. Established in November of 1942, the Angels of the 11th Airborne Division led the way in the Philippines during World War II and spearheaded an amphibious invasion of Luzon and distinguished themselves during the liberation of Manila. After a period spent inactive and stationed in Germany from 1963 to 65, the division operated as the 11th Air Assault Division with the mission of testing and refining the Army's helicopter-centric air mobility doctrine. Activated once again in June of 2022, they remain dedicated to defending America's interests throughout the Arctic, in Alaska, and beyond. The 11th Airborne Division, America's Arctic Angels. Requiring ongoing maintenance in the field and on base because nothing happens until something moves. Wheeled vehicle mechanics supervise and perform maintenance, repair, and recovery operations on vehicles that serve the Army in a variety of mission-critical roles. Included in the array of mobile artillery such as Paladins and the Abrams tank is the Joint Light Tactical Vehicle known as the JLTV. It's highly adaptable, providing protected and sustained mobility for personnel and visitors. The JLTV is known for its off-road capability while providing armor against small arms and improvised explosive devices. The JLTV, right there. The U.S. Army Reserve is inseparably linked to America's longstanding citizen silver tradition. Organizationally, the Reserve efforts lie in the medical reserve established back in 1908 to provide a ready reserve of medical manpower. This organization was folded into the new offices of the Officers Reserve Corps in 1917. Reserve organizations furnished crucial manpower to the Army during World War I. Since 1920 with the Organization of Organized Reserve. During World War II, the Army activated 26 organized reserve infantry divisions, and roughly a quarter of the Army's officers' corps came from the reserve during the conflict. During the Korean War, the Organized Reserve Corps was reorganized and redesignated the U.S. Army Reserve. The Army Reserve has since served as a vital source of manpower for the force during times of need, gradually transitioning from a strategic force to an operational force in response to the pressures of the war on terrorism. In the 170,000 Army Reserve soldiers and 11,000 civilians serving their home communities, and when needed, they can quickly mobilize. The Army can't deploy, they can't fight or win without the Army Reserve. They are an important component of Army readiness. Let's have a big hand for the Army Reserve. Today, tomorrow's Army looks to increase safety and survivability, create efficiency and streamline processes. The Stryker is a great example of assessing evolving needs and developing the solution. Strikers provide a balance between heavy armor and infantry brigade and combat teams.
I guess it's. Well, when I was doing my music, people were telling me that I was getting horny. this long. I think I missed like an hour. I know there's supposed to be parties afterwards, and they got bands and shit playing.
When Americans hear the name Bastogne, they remember one motifs, the Battle of the Bulge. Surrounded by German forces in the frozen forests of Belgium in December 1944, soldiers of the 101st Airborne held the line. The unit before you is the platoon from the multi-purpose company's 2nd Battalion, 327th Infantry Regiment, 1st Mobile Brigade, 101st Airborne Division, Bastogne. They are showcasing the Army's Transformation in Contact Initiative, a program that allows the Army to rapidly test, evaluate, and equip our soldiers with the newest technologies. Modern, mobile, and mission ready, the Bastogne Brigade continues to adapt to new threats while staying rooted in the fierce resilience that defined its work. They are carrying the next generation SWAT weapons, the XM7 and XM250, both equipped with the XM157 optic. The vehicles are the infantry squad vehicle, a new mobility asset that can rapidly move through most terrain types. The trailer is the S-MET, and it's capable of carrying heavy loads under its own power through restricted terrain. This platoon is equipped with 3 types of small unmanned aerial systems. They are the Ghost X, located on the S-MET, the C-100, and right above us there, the X-10D, which are flying above the formation right now. The Bradley fighting vehicle has proven itself to be lethal and survivable in multiple theaters since the first field back in the 1980s. Designed as a troop transport tank killer and to match speed with an Abrams tank, the Bradley is a fierce fighting machine.
You know, it's like a
Bradley
piece
accompanies
of
the
ground.
often with the Abrams tank nicknamed the Beast and blistering death because of its firepower, accuracy while moving, and its stealth. Together, they offer mobility and firepower, a fearsome combination.
I have no idea.
And high in the sky, the AH-64 Apache. It's the premier attack helicopter in the world. The Apache entered service in the mid-1980s and continues to evolve and modify to meet worldwide threats. It can deliver intense fire on the battlefield with an array of aerial rockets, guided Hellfire missiles, along with 30mm cannon fire. The aircraft you see here is configured with a sophisticated targeting radar system that can operate in poor visibility and in the black of night. With more than 1,280 aircraft in operation accumulating over 5 million flight hours, 1.3 million of which have been in combat, the AH-64 Apache represents the backbone of the U.S. Army's attack helicopter fleet and a growing number of international defense forces. Special thanks to our sponsor, Lockheed Martin.
The next guys who work for them. Yep, they got robots. Check them out.
Now, let's roll on to the future of Army readiness.
Wow.
The Army Research Laboratory robot dogs reflect the latest in Army innovation. Look at this. Much like a true canine, these robots can go where soldiers cannot. They have increased mobility, improved tactical awareness, reduced risk to soldiers, and enhanced teamwork.
That's
Replacing soldiers, robot dogs can explore terrain that may be difficult for soldiers to traverse. Disposable explosive ordnance that act in defensive posture or impressive capacity when armed.
Chinooks.
The Ghost robot dog is another innovation that can adapt seamlessly with various missions from recon to bomb recognition. These dogs reduce risk and support soldiers completely in high-stakes missions. They have a standard clock speed of 2 miles per hour and are working towards 6.7 miles per hour sprint.
Well behaved too. Yeah, they are. And you don't have to clean up their poop. There's the Chinook.
As the oldest continuously serving Army band and the oldest unit at West Point, this is the United States Military Academy Band, ladies and gentlemen. West Point Band traces its history to a single drummer and fifer
Eyes forward.
during the American Revolution. Over the next 2 centuries, this band evolved into one of the most capable and versatile performing groups in the world. One of the most prestigious institutions in the world where leadership is forged and duty becomes destiny. This is West Point, where Army leaders are made. With the motto of duty, honor, and country, West Point trains the best and brightest to serve their country as Army officers. Founded back in 1802 by President Thomas Jefferson, West Point is the home of the Long Gray Line, a legacy of courage and excellence that includes 77 Medal of Honor recipients, 2 U.S. presidents, Grant and Eisenhower, and numerous generals, including John J. Pershing, Douglas MacArthur, and Norman Schwarzkopf. Upon entering the United States Army, all recruits undergo initial entry training, a highly intense and challenging training period aimed at developing a soldier's physical and mental toughness, instill discipline, train them in essential combat skills, and foster teamwork. IET transforms civilians into soldiers based on the 7 core Army values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. The Virginia Military Institute, on a mission to produce citizen soldiers, men and women educated for civilian life, prepared to serve their country in the armed forces. VMI counts on Nobel Prize winner, 11 Rhodes Scholars, generals, 7 Medal of Honor recipients, and a Pulitzer Prize winner among its graduates. As one of the nation's senior military colleges, students at Virginia Military Institute can participate in Army ROTC or the Corps of Cadets. While cadets in the Corps can serve in any branch of the United States military or pursue other careers, those in Army ROTC earn their commission as officer, ready to serve on active duty in the National Guard or Army Reserve. Each year, the Army Senior ROTC Blue Ridge Battalion commissions approximately 130 second lieutenants, ensuring that excellence in leadership continues in generations to come. The Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina, offers students the opportunity to participate in Army ROTC or the Historic Corps of Cadets. Founded in 1842, the Citadel is the 3rd oldest of the senior military colleges and is known for its Corps of Cadets living and studying under a classical military system that makes leadership and character development essential. While military service is not required at graduation, more than 120 students earn their commission each year through the Army Senior ROTC Palmetto Battalion, playing a vital role in shaping the future. As one of the nation's senior military colleges, Texas A&M University is home to both Army ROTC and the renowned Corps of Cadets. The Corps of Cadets' central purposes has remained building individuals that exemplify respect, excellence, leadership, loyalty, integrity, and selfless service. Students at the university who participate in the Army ROTC earn their commission as officers, ready to serve on active duty in the National Guard or Army Reserve. Each year, the Army Senior ROTC Warrior Training Battalion at Texas A&M proudly commissions more than 90 second lieutenants and is honored to shape the future leaders of the U.S. Army.
That last guy's out of step. Get in step.
In a powerful display of commitment, these future soldiers will raise their right hand and take an oath of enlistment, pledging to serve our nation. This joint formation is proudly led by the Joint Task Force, National Capital Region, and the Military District of Washington Retention Team. Shaping tomorrow's Army, West Point's most inspiring cadets remind us that America's future is courageous and in capable hands.
The pride to serve my country knows that I'm doing it not for myself. Every day I put on the uniform, I'm not just representing Caroline Robinson. I'm representing my company here at the Academy. I'm representing West Point. I'm representing the United States Army, and ultimately, I'm representing the United States of America.
I really came to West Point because belief in the American dream and giving back to our country.
You're a part of something that is much bigger than yourself. You're a part of a tradition of excellence and a legacy that's connected not only to the Academy, but to the American Army.
I'm surrounded by people who want to make themselves better. And serve.
Excellence is their baseline. And that to me is what it means to be a West Point cadet.
From the earliest days of our nation, this supreme tradition of American military service has been passed down from soldier to soldier and generation to generation. And it's a beautiful thing to watch.
My brother preceded me here, and originally I didn't really know what West Point was until he came. But when I saw the mission that they were committed to, of upholding the principles of American democracy and protecting the Constitution, I knew it was somewhere I had to be.
Every time that we lived outside of the United States, I always developed this sense of gratitude and pride being an American. And I wanted to give back to my country what it gave to me.
And it wasn't until I zipped up the blouse and I put the belt on for the first time that I realized that I was going to be serving my country, and it felt like West Point was the place that I needed to be. More importantly, the Army was where I wanted.
I just looked to the left and right over basic training and realized that we all had the same American patch on our shoulders, that we're all fighting for the same thing. And there was no better feeling in the world knowing that every single person around you is committed and willing to die for that mission.
You came for excellence, you came for duty, you came to serve your country, and you came to show yourselves that you are among the smartest, toughest, strongest, most lethal warriors ever to walk on this planet.
What excites me the most about my future in the Army is the opportunity that I'm going to have to give back to the American soldiers that I'm going to be leading.
Because ultimately, they don't get to choose. And to me, it's that burden of responsibility to be the best leader.
And as a young officer, that's going to be exactly what I get to do.
I was the cadet basic training first detail for the first 3 weeks. I got to see the new cadets come in from their families' homes and being in process on their very first day, and watching them grow so quickly.
I would do all the formations, and I looked out at these 1,000 new cadets who just come out of high school. They were completely different.
I don't think there's another institution in the country like West Point where the student body is so committed to furthering the mission of America and ensuring our democracy and freedom for generations to come.
I'm really surrounded by the best of the best. And that's when I realized this is the place that I absolutely want to be.
West Point itself is an amazing institution, but it only provides opportunities. The people here have to choose to take those opportunities and grow, lead, and serve. And the people here want to do. And I'm proud to be a part of that. And I would tell any high schooler who is considering it, you won't regret it.
Mr. President, First Sergeant North, reporting for duty, sir. Ready to commence the ceremony as directed.
I state your name.
Oh, these are all the guys joining the service. Cool.
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America
You're getting sworn in,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic.
and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations, congratulations. Welcome to the United States Army and have a great life. Thank you very much. Have a great life. Thank you.
I forgot about that. I did read that, yeah, he gets sworn in. Army military, that's cool. Kids, get a lot of kids in.
Ranger School is the best life insurance policy for all. It will always end with two people facing off with each other. We need young leaders to be able to close with and destroy the enemy and defend our nation's interests forward.
Surrender is not a Ranger word. It's not an option. I know that I'm not going to be able to get to do this again. This is my chance.
It all starts at the legendary Ranger School, the crucible where these elite warriors are forged. It has been described as the longest approved gut check in the Army. Over 62 days, students will patrol hundreds of miles over mountains and through swamps under the crushing weight of their equipment. All the while, they are deprived of both food and sleep, forced to perform at the very edge of their physical limits. But it's not just the physical challenges that make Ranger School so intense. The mental strain will break these soldiers down to their core.
If I had a company gun, I'd take my PC off, my patrol cap, and on the inside of that, my commander gave me a Ranger tag, the yellow and black one that you get during graduation. I pinned it to the inside of my PC.
Ranger School is not for the faint of heart, but for those who are up to the challenge, it is the ultimate proving ground.
They already didn't have enough beds for the people in our company. And our eyes reminded us that. We don't have enough beds because there's not going to be this many people by tomorrow. Just a slight reminder of that. There's too many of you anyways, and not all of you are going to pass.
Rangers, if you don't figure it out, you're about to get another casualty.
It's completely different than what people would think Ranger School's like, but you can't put that into words, so it's hard to tell somebody so that they have to experience it yourself.
They're going to say it's going as the tap turns. So Ranger School is continuing to change and to develop. But at the end of the day, it is the same. All right, they're always going to put you in scenarios that are going to test your ability to actually make decisions on the ground.
As you go through Ranger School, it is a gut check. It's going to check you out. And what's getting you through it is whether you have it or not. Thousands and thousands of soldiers trained all their lives to come in, prepare themselves for the Ranger School, and only a few hundred leave here in class with the test. It's not for everyone.
Not for me, it's like, get it? So just buckle down, stop complaining, and see the outcome.
Please welcome country music sensation and proud supporter of our troops, Warren Saunders.
I'm going to cut it off here now. I want to get a copy right next to you. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. All right. Oop. Fix this. Hopefully, 5x5. Damn. I don't want that music. All right, I just don't want to get another. I got a strike for playing music a while back on YouTube, and now the military parade is over, which I thought was pretty cool. Now they got a country singer playing, so I don't want YouTube to have a conniption fit. Oh, shoot. I'm not going to stay on here that long. I just, like I said, I was bored and I was like, saw the Army birthday military parade was coming on. And I was like, I'm going to go ahead and go live and share it. Why not? As a matter of fact, only Fox News actually had it playing, and I did read an article the other day that like CNN and NBC, ABC, they weren't gonna do a live. I was like, really? That's kind of crappy. Oh, because it's President Trump's birthday. No, it's not about his birthday. It's the Army's birthday. 250 years. Thanks, Teresa. It was kind of cool to watch. You know, being military, hey, I don't care if it's Army, Marines, Navy, National Guard, Air Force. We're all military. We all served our country. And some of us didn't come home. And some of us are home fucked up. So, but yeah, I was glad that Trump was able to do. I don't think we've ever really did this before. I think Trump tried to do it the last time. And, you know, of course it got, some of the other articles I saw, I guess it was the Democrat side. Oh, it's going to cost $45 million to pull off this parade, blah, blah, blah. Hey, show our military some appreciation. That's the bottom line. So anyway, guys, have a great night. I'm getting off here. I'm getting ready to play some music because that's what I like to do on the weekend. I like to hear some music. So everybody have a great night. Thanks for showing up. I know it was a pop-up live, but that's okay. It's out there. So blessed be, stay safe, and I'll bullshit with y'all later. Bye.